Take two.
Take two.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Good morning. Something, I don't know.
Good
Monday.
morning. This is our Monday on a Thursday. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca, because we're going to save Dear Becky and Lizzie for next
Yeah,
week.
it's always the Adventures of Liz and Rebecca.
Well, that's true.
It's just not the special edition. Because trying to get back after taking a break, we have like no time. And I wanted to be like, let's just film for 20 minutes. At this point, we're going to film for like 10. Because that's all the time we have left. And we have people calling. And it's not 10 yet, so I'm not answering the phone. But we had at least one phone call of someone saying, are you going to be open the next 2 days? Because I'm here in Brevard. We had a sign on the door. I didn't change our answering message, but we had a sign on the door. So, hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in downtown sunny, hopefully going to be a nice day, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there.
We got some nice rest and we're already exasperated.
It was gone in like 10 minutes.
We're loving that a lot of you took advantage of the 900 subscriber sale. And we are working to film those orders. Phil. I got distracted. I was half listening to see if someone's going to leave a message. 4,
I think, left to fill, and then there's notes that have to be checked.
Yeah, and we're finding out people are dug around on our website and found like all the things that our inventory is off on. So like half the orders, I have to contact people and say, I'm so sorry. Apparently our inventory was incorrect on blah, 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 blah. And can we offer you something else? Or, how can we make this okay? Can we give you shop credit? It's going to be a fun morning. So yes, that's going to be fun, but we got rest, right? Maybe. Yeah, sure. We had a wonderful crawl last week. It was exhausting. It was nice. It was better than the previous crawl we had 3 years ago because we haven't had one because of COVID. And then we had our sale this weekend and now I'm already like, so I'm going to try to keep breathing throughout the day.
We're back to the normal game.
Yeah. And I still have most of my coffee here and I'm going to totally do the going back to the message on the answering machine because they didn't leave their phone number. I want to call them and tell them, yes, we are open today. Come see us today. And that could have been her, but it's not 10 yet and we're filming. So we're not answering the phone. It's different than pre-COVID. Pre-COVID, we would answer the phone if we were here before the shop opened.
Pre-filming.
We might even open the doors and let people in like by 9:30 if we were here. And yeah, pre-filming too. And now we have all these things to do.
Open and now, yeah.
So yeah. How was your week? Tell us in the comments because yeah, we had both. Like it feels like Tuesday, but it's not Tuesday.
No,
it's Thursday.
Yep.
And we don't have knit night tonight. We do have knit night tomorrow night. We have knit night tomorrow night for the regular 7 to 9 p.m. on Zoom. Get in with a shop phone number
828-877-3550.
If you order during the sale, if you don't hear from us other than a shipping notice, which at the earliest would be tomorrow, that's good news. You might be hearing from us today to say, oops, we can't find something you ordered. Would you like a substitute?
If you ordered before the crawl and had yarn to wind, I will be starting on that today.
Depending on the traffic flow.
Yes.
Flow, yes. And just a word of advice to anyone going to any shop, really, because Wolf Brew would do the same thing. They might have to close for a few days and they would put it on social media.
Yep. They
would put it on their website. They would let people know as best they could. It's not always easy. We can't remotely access our messages. So changing the voicemail and that kind of stuff was not top priority when we left at the end of last week. And we weren't back till today.
When we left at the end of last week, I don't think we even had the brain cells to remember. It would not that it
had crossed my mind,
but
it
crossed and fleetingly left and there was no energy to chase it down.
So, but we had it on our website and we had it on social media. We try to keep everyone up to date about changes to the schedule through other means. And we always say, if you call the shop and we're not here, we don't pick up. We could be outside. We could be outside and forgot the shop phone. That happens on occasion. But if you try multiple times, we're not here. And we won't be able to check messages till we get back. So I have a couple phone calls to make for people who left me phone numbers, because we have a landline that doesn't have caller ID, because that's not a given thing anymore. It is on cell phones. It is not on landlines. So the person who called, who probably thought we would have a register of her number, nope. So I'd love to tell her we're open today, but I don't know how to do that without a phone number. So, and if you leave a message with a non-828 phone number, I will be calling you back from my cell phone that has a weird 610 preface to it. And please don't call that number back, because I won't pick up. Okay, anyway. So
welcome to the wonderful world of phone issues.
The wonderful world of small business. Whee! I feel rested, but my anxiety is slowly coming back, because I feel like I got some sleep while I was gone, and I washed my car. But the stress of the shop, which I love my shop, but it's stressful. It's already creeping back in just a little bit.
There's different stress now that the yarn crawl.
Yes, the prep of the yarn crawl, there's a little bit of a because that is over. But then there's other stressors coming in. So yay coffee. I washed my car yesterday. That was exciting. Now I can see the second layer of dirt that I couldn't see when the first layer of dirt was on it. So there's crevices that still need to be scrubbed the next time I wash my car. But I had people on social media saying things like, ooh, new car. My car's 15 years old. So that they thought it was a shiny new car. Go me. No, it's a 15-year-old car. It looks pretty good for a 15-year-old car. Yeah. But now, because I washed it, if you look at it close up, you can see all the dings and dents and
the key
rust.
Is not to look at it close up.
Please don't. Please don't.
If you squint,
then you see the mold that's still left that's going to grow new forests on the side of my car. So,
You managed to kill a hornet.
Oh my God. Yes, we're going to regale you with short stories of I go home Saturday.
She's a hero.
There was another one, but it disappeared, and I'm just hoping it found a way out. I don't think it was a hornet. I would put it in the wasp category. No, I came home from a successful crawl going and I heard noises up in my loft, like there was an animal up there. And then I heard buzzing. And it turns out there was a hornet probably this big. I might be slightly exaggerating, but not really. It was this big.
No, it was big.
It was what?
It was big. I saw the picture.
Yes, it was big. And I was trying to just avoid it, but it was doing the fly around thing and then get tired and fall. And when it fell in the big loft space, it was falling into my living space, or like my hangout space. And I at the time had no wasp killer in the house, like a spray thing. This is the whole small reasons I don't like living alone. I can't get someone else to kill it or rescue it or whatever. And you were like, spray with hairspray. Because I was madly texting her, running down the hallway away from it and then going, I don't know where it is now. And I don't have hairspray. I have gel and I have mousse and other products for when I'm not doing this. Mousse it to death. No, it wasn't gonna work. And when it wasn't batting against the windows trying to get out, it was hovering in midair in places where I couldn't do anything to it with the resources I had. So, and one of the times I texted her, it had fallen on the ground somewhere in my TV room, which is a mess. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I went to go clean up my dinner, and the cat, who I don't think has really good eyesight, was staring at the chair that was next to my couch. And I suddenly realized it was crawling on the blanket on my chair, and which is really close to where I sit. And I was like, I'm really glad I didn't go sit down. And I'm like, okay, I'll get a broom. The broom was my weapon of choice. And as I'm getting ready to maybe whack it, it flew off, but it didn't go far. It went on top of like a cushion blocking a vent over by my recycling. And I steeled myself to whack it. And I was so nervous, and just getting up the whatever to whack it, and I whacked it, and it didn't do anything because he was on a soft surface. So he kind of went into the recycling, and he's kind of doing this thing in there where he's like, and I was like, I could do it. I did it once. I could do it again. And as I'm stealing up the nerve to do it again, he flies away. And I'm like, crap. I'm trying to use good language. Even crap's not good language, but it's better than what was going on in my head at the time. And then see, he would buzz around, and then he would rest, and he'd buzz around, and then he would rest. And the resting times, I'd be like, maybe he's gone. And then he'd buzz around again. And so then he was up in the loft, and I went up in the loft, and Liz is talking about spray. The only spray I had in my house was Lysol. So I went up in the loft, and I've got my can of Lysol, and I've got my broom. And it's kind of doing this, and it went on one wall over by window and crawled.
It's a really clean wall.
No, I never used the Lysol,
but
I had it just in case I had to spray in the air, because when he was in the air, I couldn't whack him without fearing for my life. So he was over by the wall, and then he went to the other wall, which is higher, and he was crawling up the wall, and I'm like, I can get him. And then I realized I'm short. I can't get him. I could have gone boom, and I would have gone right below him, and then he would have flown around, and I would have been. So then he disappeared again. I'm pretty sure he burrowed into my old knitting, and I went to bed because it was quiet for like an hour. I'm like, okay, he's found a nest, or he's left, he's gone. And I'm in bed. I brought the broom with me to bed, and I leaned it against the bedside table. And the cat and I are in bed, and I'm working on, like, I did a Mother's Day sale. I'm working on some of that. I only have one little lamp next to my bed on in terms of light. And the cat starts staring at the doorway. And I'm like, what? And it's all shadowy because there's one little light's on. And I can't tell if I'm seeing maybe the wasp. I can't hear him. He's really noisy. The hornet thing, can't hear him. But I see something that's like a dark spot on the wood floor out in the hallway. And I can't tell if it's the a spot in the wood, like a knot in the wood that's always been there, or if this is the hornet coming to get me, stalking me. And I'm like, no, it's my imagination. The cat is freaking out. I'm gonna be fine. And then like 15, 20 minutes later, the cat is no longer staring at the doorway. He's staring at my laundry basket. And I look over, and he's got this like stalker look on his face. I look over, and it's there crawling on my work pants on the floor right next to my laundry basket. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding. It's closer. It is stalking me. It might have been going to the light, but I'm going to go. It was stalking me. So my broom's right by my bedside table. I grab it, and I steel my nerves, and I go bam, 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 on my work pants. And I'm like, okay, I think I got it. Or I did everything I could, right? And I'll check my work pants in the morning. And then I see a little twitchy motion right next to my work pants on the rug. And I'm like, and by now the cat is like freaking out, saying, what are you doing? And I'm never going to go near a broom again. And the little spot on the rug, big spot, it was like this. It was all curled up and stuff. And I was like, I think I got it. And so I texted her. It was like 10:30 at night, and I woke her up. Or like,
I had just on that cusp of slipping into nice deep sleep. And then my watch buzzes, and I was like, I shouldn't wake her up, but I have to tell her. I was like, do I roll over? Do I have the energy to roll over? It's probably Rebecca and the Hornet. I should probably roll over. And yeah, it was. And so we were talking, and I'm like, I'm glad I stayed up to work on this. Although that might've been the reason it came into the room. It's because I was up working on the computer stuff, which I don't usually do in the bedroom with the light on. And then the cat started to go sniff and check it out, and it moved. And yes, soft carpet, broom. I'm not, so I beat the crap out of this hornet. I said, flush it. And I'm like, said, I'm not getting close to it. I can't get that close to it. Like that, I could even get a broom's length from it.
I ended up, she's like, scoop it up and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not getting that close to it. So I ended up with a piece of cardboard about this long and getting it under there and using the broom to get it on there and sandwiching it between the broom and the end of this cardboard. And I was going to go flush it. And then I realized that the lid on my toilet's down. So I had to put it down, sandwiched, and run over to the bathroom and lift the lid and come back and like re-sandwich and take it to the bathroom. And I flushed it twice to make sure it was down. And then in the middle of the night when I had to use the bathroom, I flushed again before I sat down. Because the little antennas were still twitching and that could have been death twitch. I don't know. That could have been involuntary. But I was just like, and this thing, like, it was yellow and black, but red, black, you know, the red, like when I did research afterwards, I'm like, yeah, couldn't decide which kind of hornet it was, but it was big. And it was in my house. And I'm very proud that I dealt with it on my own.
I am very proud that you dealt with it on your own too, because also I know that you don't kill anything.
I don't like killing things.
Like, I'm like,
at one point you suggested, go ahead.
I was like, if you can't kill it or smush it with a broom or a mop or whatever, get a jar and try. But like, even then with a hornet, like trying to slide a piece of paper underneath the jar, that's just not gonna work.
This thing was so big.
It
was so big.
You know, she wasn't gonna get within 10 feet of that.
I didn't want it. I felt like it was getting mad and flying at me anyway. And so on Tuesday, there was another something buzzing, bouncing off of the upper windows, and it wasn't as big. I would put it more in the wasp category than the hornet category. And I was like, oh crap, I still haven't gotten to the store where I can get something to kill it. I went to the store later in the day. I have wasp spray in my house now. That other one disappeared without me having to do anything to it, whether it died or left. I hope it left. But that is your all story for the day, because we actually should be open as a shop. Just so we keep this somewhat relevant to knitting. Look what I started over the weekend. This is, and I'd put it on, but I think I need a little more underarm to it. This is the Faded Diamonds Cardigan. Like there's more layers of diamonds as you get further down. And I separated the sleeves.
That is so pretty.
Isn't it pretty? It's on lots of barber cords, so I can show it off. It is the Jody Long Coastline. It's going to be my summer cardigan because it's not going to be super hot with wool, but it's going to cut the wind when I'm out in the plaza. I'm super happy with it.
Further than you.
You got much further than me. So she's going to show something off, and then we're going to open the shop.
This is the winter sailor sweater.
Oh, there's a name for it.
Yeah, the pattern's in Norwegian and English. I'm scrappying it, and it's for Burney.
Yay! I got to see it on Burney before sleeve separation. It looked good.
Yeah. So I had to cut a barber cord in half.
Sacrilege.
Make more sleeve holders. I might have issues. I need more barber cords.
You know what would have been said to me if I did that? You own a yarn shop. You work at a yarn shop.
I do,
but
and we were
closed.
Home.
See? And that's my response too. Anyway.
I wasn't driving all the way up to get another pick.
We love y'all. I dug out barber cords for what I had to do over the past weekend, because I also separated sleeves on my Avena. Y'all, we're gonna have to wait until Tuesday to see that. We'll leave you hanging, wanting more. We still have some of the When the Mountains Are Calling and the White Squirrel Shuffle left, and I will try to get those up online sometime soon. Apologies they weren't online for the sale, but I needed to rest. So
we have lots to do.
We have so much to do today. We should go do that. I should make phone calls. We should start answering the phone. So we love you all. This is as close to a real episode as you're getting from us this week, but we will be back next week. We are at 935 for subscribers. So we're not far away from the 1,000 person sale, 1,000 subscriber sale, where you can save just a little bit more. We'll actually hit 30% for that one. And then we won't necessarily have a subscriber sale for a while. So pay attention, subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, do all the things that help out the algorithms. And we will see you next week. It feels weird. It feels like Tuesday, but it's Thursday. So bye. And positive thoughts that there's no more hornets in my house. Even though I know how to deal with them, I don't want to.